Okay, question 1, part 1, 17. That is the value for P. Part 2, okay, part 2, express Q in terms of P. Quite disappointing for this particular question because you did not include the plus minus. Part 2, there is the Q is plus minus root 3P minus 15 over 4. Okay, or you can express it as plus minus root 3P minus 15 over 2. Whenever you introduce the square root, you have to put the plus minus. Solving the equation. Okay, generally no problem. X is negative 11.25. Solving simultaneous equation. Generally well done. But there is a sizable number of you, after you found y equals to negative 2, you did not go on to find x. Why do you want to throw away 1 mark like that? I'm sure when you get y, you can get x. Please be careful. Okay, simplify. Now, for these two fractions, remember I told you for paper 1, we don't expect in E-maths you to end up with fractions with powers higher than 2. Find a way to factorize them. Most of the time, you will be able to factorize and simplify. Makes your job much easier. So the first fraction, 4x minus 2, recognize that this is x plus 2 times x minus 2. From here, we already can cancel x minus 2, x minus 2. The second fraction is the same. 2 times or 3x minus 1 over, you can factorize this out to get a 3x minus 1 as well. Then we have x plus 2. Cancel, cancel. So we got 4 minus 2, which is 2 over x plus 2. So the answer over here is 2 over x plus 2. Yeah, I didn't give you the answer for part B, right? No, part C. Part C, x is 4.5 or 9 over 2. Okay, 2A. Generally well done also, but there are a few of you who do not know the first number refers to the rows. 2 rows by 3 columns. Generally, most of the time, they don't expect you to change the order. Most of the time, you can just copy down the table, but without the borders. So 2 rows, 600, 1500, 400, 1600, 3500, and 1000. 2 rows by 3. Rows and column, rows and column. Keep on telling yourself that. So here, 3 by 1. 3 rows, 1 column. And they even tell you it's the column matrix. Column matrix means there is only 1 column. Row matrix means 1 row only. So we have 12, 20, 16. Evaluate. After you evaluate, we get 4, 3, 600, 105, 200. State what the elements represent. Okay, generally well done. I think you all were listening when I kept repeating this type of questions. So it represents the money collected on weekdays and weekends, respectively. Now I have one thing to point out over here. Some of your phrasing looks very weird. For example, it is the total price paid on weekdays and weekends respectively. Total price paid doesn't make sense. It is the total amount collected. I agree that over here in this column matrix, these are the prices for one ticket. Then that might make you want to say total price, but you have to get the context right. This is total amount of money collected, or you can call it revenue. So part E, after you do your calculation, either using matrices or you can do it in like the primary school kind of question. Find the new number of people, find a new cost, multiply, find the difference. You will find that the answer is the theme park increases their earning by $11,904. Okay, so this is an increase of 11904. Yes? You mean over here?
Yeah.
Thank you. Total. You should put total. Okay, now part E, if you cannot do this using matrix multiplication, that means you cannot you cannot find the new matrices, just use your primary school problem sum solving approaches to do it. Yes? If we use matrices, what will it look like? Okay. So you see, we go back to part D. Part D actually gives us, it tells us what the elements in R represent, right? That's the total amount of money collected in weekdays and weekends. So I need a new matrix R, which involves multiplication of new matrix T, which is the new table with the updated number of people, multiplied by the new P, which is the new price. Therefore, new matrix R equals to new T times new P. Then you will end up with another matrix, 2 by 1. And this time, this 2 by 1 matrix will give us the updated amount of money collected on weekdays and weekends respectively. Then you just do a comparison with the old matrix R. Okay? Now go and brush up on your quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral, 4 equal sides and unequal diagonals. Wow, I don't know how many people give me trapezium. How many 4 equal sides of quadrilateral do you know? Okay, how let's list them. Rhombus, square. What? Okay, kite. You mean like this? Oh, no, but diagonal. 4 equal sides, we only have these two options, right? Here I've got a square, I've got a rhombus. Okay, maybe I didn't draw it very nicely. Okay, now we have a rhombus. 4 equal sides. Unequal diagonals. Well, the square definitely has equal diagonals. The rhombus has one short diagonal and one long diagonal. Yes? Why cannot parallelogram? A parallelogram, you are not restricted to having 4 equal sides. A special parallelogram is a rhombus. How special is that parallelogram? It only happens when that parallelogram has 4 equal sides. And then it has a name. It is called rhombus. Okay, to further counter that argument, I can say that all rhombuses have 4 equal sides. And that will satisfy the question. But I cannot say that all parallelograms have 4 equal sides. Therefore, this is not accepted. Okay, finding interior angle, no problem. Why they are congruent, also no problem. Some of you took a very long way to prove why they are congruent. Obtuse angle, oh, Come on, you have to know what obtuse means. Many of you gave me reflect. Obtuse means more than 90, less than 180. So if you do not know the meaning of obtuse, you cannot get this correct. Okay, part 4. Okay, hang on. This is 120 degrees. Part 2, we should be using SAS, congruency. Part 3, we again have 120 degrees. Okay, now I need all of you to pay attention to the next part. Part 4. Oh, look up, look up. AD bisects FAB. The line AD. This is what they are trying to tell you. Did they say that this line bisects this line FB? Did they say that? No, they didn't. Did they say that this will be 90 and this will be 90? They didn't say that. They only told you that the line AD bisects angle FAB. So this is the only piece of information you can extract from that phrase. Now determine if FE and AD are parallel. FE, AD. Making use of this information, that these two angles are the same, plus trying to get you to show whether these two are parallel. So we need to be smart. I need to link this angle that they gave me a clue. It is half of angle FAB. I need to link that angle with these two lines. To determine whether a pair of lines are parallel or not, we will have to use converse of something. There are at least three. Yes, there are at least 3 that we know. Converse of interior angle parallel lines, converse of alternate angles parallel lines, converse of corresponding angles parallel lines. What do you think we can use over here? Interior. So I should be finding this angle. Okay, if you are using the exterior angle, then you can show that the blue angle equals to this exterior angle, and then by the converse of alternate angles parallel lines, therefore they are parallel. But I believe we found some useful angles. Do we find any useful angles? Interior angle, yeah, we've got the interior angle in part 1. The interior angle, this is 120. And since this is also an interior angle and this line bisects, this must be 60 degrees. So by adding 60 and 120, I get 180. Therefore, by the converse, I'm going to reverse my interior angle parallel lines. I prove that these two are parallel. You notice this type of question keeps coming out? Explanation question. That's what Cambridge wants us to do in recent years. Not just blindly calculate only. They want you to explain. Okay, now question 4. Somehow this question cost you guys a lot of marks. So please watch closely on the format, on how we answer this question. Okay, T5. Now watch, T1. Did they say T1 equals to 4 straight away? No. Did they say T4 equals to 70 straight away? No, so please don't tell me that T5 equals to 27 and you expect to get your mark. They want to see the same format. Okay, so we write T5 equals to, now look at the first number, it is always a 2. So it is 2 power something. we notice that the power is always 1 less than whatever term it is. So this will be power 4. Minus away. Now the next number happens to be the same number as the term number. So here we have 5. It is always a square. Put a square. Plus, next we've got 5 squared. Instead of 5, it is actually all the term number plus 1. And plus 1 squared. So this will be 5 plus 1 squared. Then we use our calculator. 16 minus 25 plus 36, and we get 27. This is what we expect for that 1 mark. Not just straight away give me 27. Do you understand the format? Now next, show that the nth term of the sequence is given by this. Now everybody look up again, look up. Stop talking to each other. I have something very important to tell you. This is a very common mistake in this class. Show that the nth term. Did they ask for one specific example? Did they say, by substituting n equals to 6, show that this is true? No, they didn't. They want generally any value of n. Whether it is 6, 100, 1 million, 285. Are you able to go and test every single number out? You cannot. Therefore, we must work it out with algebra. Too many people have been giving me specific examples and telling me that you have proven it. No, you have not. Okay, so an expression for Tn. By using what we have done in part 1, we recognize that, okay, it is always 2 to the power of n minus 1, minus away is the n, the same n with a square, plus n plus 1 with another square. This is generally how we obtain the value of the nth term. So our job now is to expand this and simplify. 2 power n minus 1 minus n square plus n square plus 2n plus 1. 2n minus 1, n square they cancel off, plus 2n plus 1. Doesn't take you very long. So here we have proven that no matter what the value of n is, whether it is the 6 that you chose, whether it is the 5 that you chose, we will always have left hand side equals to right hand side. It always looks like this. Now part C, an extension of this question. By finding an expression for Tn minus 1 minus Tn. Okay, Tn, we know it looks like this. But what does Tn minus 1 look like? Every time I see the n, I change it to n minus 1. I see an n over here, Tn minus 1. I see an n over here, I change it to n minus 1. Oh no, I should be working on the last line. So over here, I see an n over here, I change it to n minus 1. I see n over here, I change it to, all the n becomes n minus 1. You get how this works? I'm doing a direct replacement. Yes? Oh, sorry, n plus 1. Thank you. Question wanted n plus 1, so this is plus 1. And a plus 1 over here. So here is my expression for T n plus 1. Okay, so let us see what we get from here. Tn plus 1, it becomes 2 power n plus 2n plus 2 minus 1. Huh? What? Plus 2n plus 1. This is Tn plus 1, isn't it? Did I make a mistake? No, because I hear murmuring. Do you need me to explain anything from here? Okay, let us take away n plus 1. Let us take away Tn. I'll move over to the right hand side. Now this. Sorry? 2 power n plus 2n plus 1. Why? Why would it be? Your Tn, oh, this one. Oh, thanks. Okay, so many careless mistakes. So this is plus 1. Thanks, Shenzhuo. So this is plus 3. Correct? Okay, now it should be correct. So Tn plus 1 minus Tn gives me 2 power n plus 2n plus 3 minus away whatever we found in part B. Minus away 2 power n minus 1 plus 2n plus 1. Okay, do it step by step. We have 2 power n minus 2 power n minus 1, 2n minus 2n, no more. Can see that? 2n minus 2n, then 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. This is my expression for Tn plus 1 minus Tn so far. But they want us to prove that the difference is always even. Okay, what are they trying to get us to prove? What does it mean when something is always even? It is a multiple of 2. They want you to rewrite this to become 2 times of something. The moment you write this, you can be sure that this is an even number, yes? How to factorize out 2 over here? Can that be done? Yes. Of course it can. Okay, so let us concentrate on these 2 terms. Here we've got 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. There are so many 2's. How many are there? N of them. How many are there over here? N minus 1. So how many can you factorize out? Yeah, 2 power n minus 1. That is why I can factorize out. So remember the first one, there were 2 times 2 times 2, there were n of them. After you take out n minus 1 of them, how many left? Just one of it, right? We only have 1, 2 left. Now in the second term, you take out the entire n minus 1 times of 2. So what is left after you factorize that out? Exactly, minus 1. Happy to see this? 2 minus 1 is 1, right? 1 times 2 power n minus 1 is 2 power n minus 1 lah. So here we plus 2. From here, 2 power n minus 1 plus 2. I'm sure you can continue and factorize out and express it in the form like this already, yes? Then we prove that it is an even number. Okay, let me see. Now for D. Can you do this by yourself already? Can finish it by yourself? Oh yes, you need a statement. Since Tn plus 1 minus Tn is a multiple of 2, then it is even. Darius, what are you busy with? Yes?
Before this step of the bracket, be a square, right? Until that step, then my station is to my since 2n minus 1, 2n, and 2 are multiples of 2, 2n minus 2n plus minus 1 plus 2 is always even.
Okay, did I deduct mark for that?
Just give me 1 mark for the...
Okay, can add 1 mark for that. Okay, so what Cosby said, he recognized that every single term is a multiple of 2. Therefore, when you add them up, you should get a multiple of 2, which is an even number again. Can you show me later? Okay, so if that is you also, you can find me. But generally, this is the approach that we want you to use. to show that it is a multiple of 2. When you want to show that it is a multiple of 5, show that you can factorize 5 out. Likewise for anything else. Now part D, find P. If P plus 1 minus TP is 1026, our answer over here is P equals to 11. Use the expression you have in part C. Do the substitution and find that P equals to 11. There is no need to use logarithms, guys. Do a direct comparison. But if you use logarithms, I give you the mark also. Graph question. Find the value of P. P is negative 18. P is 11. P is 11, not 10. Do a substitution, you will see that it is correct. You all still talking about 4D, is it? Yeah, the value of P is 11, yes? Oh, you are talking about this condition over here, is it? You don't need to explain why it has to be greater than or equal to 2. No need. Okay, next. Graph question. Okay, we are kind of behind time already. Generally, the plotting of graph was good. 3 marks. 1 mark for scale. Scale 1. Okay, so you'll see this annotation in your graph paper. Plot, 1 mark. You show me the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct plots. You join it out with a smooth curve, you get 1 mark. Part C was well done also. Basically, you just needed to find the x-intercept. So the answers will be negative 0.75, 1, and 2.75. I plus minus 0.15. Okay, I gave quite a big allowance this time. Part D, by drawing a tangent, find the gradient. Almost everybody got 1 mark for drawing the tangent line. Okay? Now drawing, like I said, drawing tangent line is like an art. You can draw the tangent line, but is it accurate or not? Only mathematics can tell whether it is accurate or not. It is not a must to differentiate. However, differentiating will give you the correct answer. And you can work towards that. So over here, the exact answer is 9. I accept plus minus 1. So if your gradient is anywhere from from 8 to 10, I accept. But many of you were way off, which means that your tangent line is not good enough. Okay, now E part 1, gradient 3, passing through the point 0, 1. Some were inaccurate. Equation of a line, y equals to 3x plus 1. Coordinates, where it intersects. Coordinates refer to x and y coordinates. There are 3 points. Negative 1, negative 2. The next point, 0.27, 1.8. The last point, 3.75, 12.2. Okay, I also gave an allowance. I can't remember the allowance I gave. But you cannot be too far from this. There are a few of you, because your line, the line in E part 1, too short. Your graph, your line only like that. Then you only get 2 answers. You have to extend all the way. Now part 4, I admire some of your drive, your grit in trying to solve for A and B through substitution. The approach is not wrong by using substitution. It is not wrong. You substituted some of these values, right? But are these values accurate? It's based on your graph, right? Your graph is inaccurate. These coordinates are inaccurate. Okay, so these values of x, they're referring to -1, 0.27, 3.75 estimated. They are the intersection of two graphs. I need simultaneous equations of two graphs. What are the two graphs? No, we are not going to use these values. Yes, we take the line and the curve. So from the curve, we have y equals to, what was it? X cubed minus 3x squared plus 2. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 2. And the line we have is y equals to 3x plus 1. So equation 1, equation 2, solve simultaneously. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 2, 3x plus 1. X cubed minus 3x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. Compare directly. A equals to -3, B equals to 1. Okay? This is the approach. Show that they are similar, you would have used the AAA similarity test. Okay? No other way. Showing that it is 2 cm requires you to consider similar triangles. So this being 2 cm, this being 6 cm, the ratio is 1:3. So the ratio over here will be 1:3. Okay, so the unknown over here will be, for example, x plus 2 over x plus 4 plus 6 equals to 1/3. So solve that. Yes? And later.
I don't know why I get it wrong.
Huh?
I get it wrong, but I know why it's wrong.
Okay, show me later. Let me go through first. Ratio of area of triangle. Now if these two are similar triangles, then the ratio of area is the square of the ratio of sides. Since this is 1:3, this must be area 1:9. 1:9. So for the trapezium over here, okay, I cannot say trapezium, for the quadrilateral over here, this must be A. One step, get the answer. Calculate the area of the shaded region. Okay, a few approaches. I think the most elegant solution is by considering the area of this small triangle, which you can find. Okay, you need to know that this is 90 degrees. Half times the base, which is 2 cm, times the height, which you can obtain from Pythagoras. Okay, so you have the area of the small triangle. Multiply by 8, you get the area of this quadrilateral. Then minus away the two sectors, get the answer.
So why do we do that?
Why would we do that? I think that's the most elegant solution.
Again, sorry?
What? Okay, so this area can be found by using half times PA, which is 2 times the value of TP. TP can be found by square root of TA square, which is 4 square, minus 2 square. Okay, this is the area of TPA. Because we already found that this is 1 and this is 8, so area of PABC. PABC will be this one multiplied by 8.
So because it's any better mark for this part.
Hang on. So multiply by 8 already. then we can use trigo ratios to find out this angle, which I believe is 60, right? I think it is 60 lah. Then we have 120 degrees, and this is also 60 degrees. Subtract away the two sector areas, get the final answer. So the area will be to 3SF 4.67 square centimeters. Next question, yes. Okay, since you are interested in that, solve the equation. Let's look at part D. Solve the equation. Did they tell you to reject anything? No, they just want you to solve. Exactly, I said that before already. You reject that at part E. Yes, Kevin? Why can't you reject at part D? You have to look at it like this. Solve this equation. There will be two answers. Wait. You have to speak up. I'm not talking to you. Wait. Yes. Part D, you sub in the value. Part B. Just at the start of part E, x equals to, so when you're doing part E, you have two values of x from part D. Then you reject this. This is at your start of part E. Yes, Rishi? Do you do that? Why would you want to do that? Okay, watch. Watch for part E. In part A, the rate was, what was it? 1080 over x. Liters per minute. In part B, the rate 1080 over, time taken, sorry, thanks. Okay, this is the time taken to fill up the tank, right? When you turn on two taps at the same time, faster. Yes, it is faster. How much water goes in per minute? Okay. Now, in part A, they are saying that, what was it? Was it x liters per minute? X liters per minute, right? This is in A. In part B, it is x minus 2 liters per minute, right? Plus what? What do you plus together? So, the new rate equals to, you turn on 2 at the same time, x plus x minus 2 liters per minute. Okay? Now with this, they want the time taken to fill it up. So time is going to be the same 1080 divided by 2x minus 2. But how many of you didn't do this? What was your answer? Okay, the final answer for part E, it is, what question is this? 73 minutes, 21 seconds. So for those of you who claim that you did this, but you got only 1 mark, do you get a correct answer? What did you have? 22? Let me see. Okay, moving on. Bearing of L from M. (245) degrees. KL 6.63 meters. Okay, KL you'll be using your cosine rule. Here you'll be using your sine rule. Other methods will probably be longer. Not that it is impossible. Area of KLM. KLM. We'll be using half AB sine C. So need to go and find the relevant sides and angle. The area will be 35.8 square meters. I noticed that many of you are leaving out your units. You have to include them. I didn't deduct marks this time. Angle of depression. KLS. This angle?
Yeah.
Did we already have KL? Yes, we had KL. Sine rule, KL, sine 58. 6.4, sine unknown. Okay, I didn't expect to say this, but I'll look up for part E. Angle of depression. Angle of depression. These are the tree, this is the eye. He is looking down at something over here. Where is the angle of depression? This is the angle of depression. The angle of elevation. If your eye is over here, where's the angle of elevation? Over here. Do you realize that they are the same? So, your angle of depression is actually your angle of elevation. The value is the same. You solve it the same way as you do it. Because these two lines are parallel. Now part F, LT 3.81 meters. I didn't give you 1 mark, right? Yeah, because cannot. Yes? How to do part F? Okay, got a request for part F. They moved it such that T is nearest to K. So do you all agree that it has to look like this? You mean the last for part F? Okay, wait, watch You guys had KL, right? You guys have this angle, right? Sine law? Sine. Then you get KT over KL. Yeah, that's the easiest way already. You don't have to find the area. You don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. Okay? Sorry? Yeah lah, find LT lah. Over here lah. Okay, show me later.
So for questions where I cannot find the area, right? I don't think they'll put like
No. Then you, what, last year is it? Why can what? If you use any area, no, it shouldn't work. I mean, depending on whether they are linear or not, they may give you a method mark if you're comparing areas. Okay, now, estimate of the mean range, mean age. This is 40.2. Generally no problem, except for that one or two who don't know why cannot calculate. Standard deviation, 13.3. I don't believe the majority of the calculator in the class is correct and then yours is wrong. You can show me your calculator later on. Now part 3. Go and circle part 3. How many times have I gone through this question in class? They are referring to standard deviation. Standard deviation talks about consistency of performance. Wait. Consistency of performance. Standard deviation. Consistency. You have to be comparing consistency. So, consistency in B, standard deviation is B. In B is 11, less than standard deviation in A. So the age in B is more consistent than in A. So that's the explanation. Why? Because SD for B less than SD for A. B part 1. You have the correct idea, but 13 should multiply by 31, not 30. Too many of you have multiplied it by 30 instead of 31 because you add in one new person, right? One student was late, set for the test. Huh? Let me think about whether it is reasonable. Huh? Okay, let me think about it. I'll get back to you all for this, part 1. On whether you are using 29 people set for it, then that last person who joined is 30. But definitely, 30 people sit for it originally, plus 1 is confirmed accepted. Oh, is it? So cannot be 29, is it? Oh. Let me try. Sounds interesting. Let me try. I get back to you all. Okay, class, part 2, and I'll end at this question. Now the median originally was 12. After this person take the test, the mean, do you see that the mean increased from 12.8 to 13? Which means that either he pulled the median up or the median stays at 12. Is it possible? Can. Just imagine the middle 20 people all get 12 marks. Possible, right? Then you add in another person, but the median position, although it changed, it is still pointing to 12. That is one case that I think many of you missed out. Therefore, the answer will be this. B part 1, 2 marks, yes. Oh, the correct answer over here is 19. Okay, show me your paper later on. Okay, I'll stop the recording over here.